Welcome to My Dream Adventure channel, where virtual travel comes true.
Here are the top 5 best and lavish restaurants in the world. Each year, food journalists, restaurateurs, and upscale diners try to read the world's 50 best restaurants list like a leaf of tea, looking for themes or, at the very least, trends. The 2014 edition, which was unveiled in London in prior years, defies unified logic, as it has in past years. The 100 restaurants on the whole list range from Alain Ducasse's Louis XIV in Monaco to David Chang's Momofuku Sambar, which is definitely unpretentious and unsedate. Despite this, the top spots have lately tended to go to eateries that embrace innovation while maintaining at least a modicum of luxury. While not always formal, none of them are cheap. Due of the 50 bests effect, it becomes extremely difficult to get a reservation at a restaurant once it is ranked among the top restaurants. It helps to be online or on the phone as soon as reservations are announced, because many of the best restaurants only accept reservations made far in advance. Noma requires 3 months, while 11 Madison requires 28 days. But if a fast try using the phone or the reservations website OpenTable doesn't produce the desired results, there's another option. Send the restaurant an email, respectfully request to be added to the wait list, and provide a range of days when you're available. The more flexible you are, the better your chances are. Even the top eateries. Since I can't give you all of the restaurants, here are the top 5. Number 5. Dinner. London, England. Cost of a meal for 2, without wine, $230. Heston Blumenthal used his interest in the development of English cuisine to create something unexpectedly fascinating for the rest of us. Is the chic dinner, run by chef Ashley Palmer Watts at the Mandarin Oriental Hotel in London, really the best restaurant in the country? There, classic, if oddly named, dishes like salamagindi and meat fruit are transformed into modern marvels, the latter of which is a light but rich chicken liver parfait made to look exactly like a mandarin orange. Most likely not. But compared to other history classes, this one is quite simple to understand. Number 4. New York, USA, 11 Madison Park. A 2-person supper would cost $450 sans wine. Chef Daniel Hum, a Swiss native, transforms this quiet yet theatrical dining space into the archetypal New York restaurant by incorporating French savoir-faire in the farm-to-table movement. In fact, the sense of place in this dish derives from Hum's knowing allusion to New York's culinary tradition as well as the locally grown and produced components. For instance, pristine carrots are transformed into a light-hearted version of steak tartare, while sturgeon is presented with the restaurant's variation on an everything bagel. Both of these dishes are brought to the table under smoke-filled cloches. The feeling of absolute well-being is enhanced by the excellent service, which is elegant, sensitive, and contemporary. Number 3. Modena, Italy's Osteria Francescana. Dinner for 2 without wine costs between $360 and $525. Massimo Bottura, the most emotional chef in the world, creates culinary journeys through memory and dream under a regal facade. The abstract modern paintings on the wall serve as the first indication that this is not your typical upmarket Italian restaurant, but the artwork also appears on the food. Every Italian child's childhood recollection of a mortadella sandwich is transformed into an impossible-to-eat mousse, and a Magnum ice cream bar is transformed into a chic, foie gras stuffed nibble. However, just like his magnificent lacquered eel, which Bottura serves with saba and polenta to symbolize the apples and maize the eel would come across on its voyage up the adjacent Po River, the tales that accompany his dishes serve to further evoke their flavors. Number 2. Spain's Cellar de Can Roca, located in Girona. Price of a 2-person supper without wine, $390 to $480. 3 brothers who learned their trade honestly, from their parents, run Cellar de Can Roca, head chef Joan, sommelier Josep, and pastry chef Jordi. But it's difficult to think of something that is more different from your typical mom and pop fare. A Roca meal astonishes with its culinary wizardry in what might be the most beautiful dining room in all of Europe. A starter called Eat the World captures the flavors of the 5 different cuisines in 5 distinct bites. A dessert called Messi's Goal recreates the roar of the crowd with a candied pitch, flying white chocolate balls, and an iPod on the plat side. Number 1. Noma, Copenhagen, Denmark. Cost of a meal for 2, without wine, $600. Noma is humming along these days after losing the top spot in 2013. It had held that position for the 3 years prior. The restaurant, which is housed in a former whaling warehouse, is where new Nordic cuisine, which only uses local ingredients, first emerged. Nonetheless, the restaurant has since moved far beyond its early days of foraged reindeer lichen and sea buckthorn. These days, the beginning of dinner may consist of a full kohlrabi that has been stuffed with its fermented juice and served with a straw so that it resembles and tastes like a coconut drink. Æbelskivers, a classic Danish type of fritter, may next be served, drizzled with a sauce made from fermented grasshopper, and the dinner could conclude with a dessert of potato, almond, and sugar. Make plans to visit one of these lavish and delicious restaurants on your next trip. Be sure to bring your bank with you. Just kidding. I hope you enjoyed all of these fascinating restaurants that you will absolutely enjoy.
Thank you for watching my Dream Adventure channel. If you like this video, go ahead and comment below. If you want to see more updates and content, go ahead and click on like and subscribe.